Connecticut News.
A new era. All right, along with several new mayors to talk about this morning, there were also some local upsets and some pretty interesting things to talk about last night. So, University of Hartford professor Bilal Sekou is here with me now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You were watching these closely. Did you get any sleep last night?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, enough to at least talk with us about what's going on. Let's start with New Britain, because I think that one was of great interest to a lot of people. So we're talking about Republican school board member Aaron Stewart defeating incumbent Mayor Tim O'Brien. A lot of interesting things about this. First of all, that she's only 26. What was your takeaway?
Well, that she's 26 I actually like, because it gives me a chance to talk to my students about how they can get involved in politics. So I like when young people win public office. I mean, in many ways, this race was surprising, but then not surprising. Surprising in the sense that she was able to unseat a Democrat in a town that many people think of as really a Democratic town. But on the other hand, Republicans had a great deal of success, you know, in New Britain with this election of her as mayor, which brings a child of a former mayor to the seat of mayor. And also, Republicans made some inroads on the city council. So this is a good day for Republicans, I think, in New Britain.
Maybe voters are saying, too, we want a little young blood. Well, they got it.
Yeah.
All right, arguably one of the biggest races, obviously, New Haven mayor. Mayor-elect Tony Harb beating out Justin Elliker to replace longtime mayor John DeStefano. So we were watching this for a number of reasons, but she's made history here. Obviously, the first female. She's an African-American female. The Elm City's going to change, and I loved her acceptance speech. Her referring to, you know, she didn't just break the glass ceiling; she shattered that thing. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this is an important step forward for New Haven. It's an important step forward, I think, for women in politics. There were some other victories as well across the country that women won public office. Tony Harp has been very involved in politics for a number of years, and so this is really the top. You know, this is the finishing sort of mark of her career, you know, as a legislator, a city council person, now a mayor of the city, and just a great moment for her and a great moment for, I think, the residents of the city of New Haven.
Seemingly unstoppable. Her career right now, her political career, which I didn't know, you brought this up, everything she runs for, she wins.
Oh, she's had a string of success. I mean, it's a testament to, you know, the kind of campaigner that she is, and the fact that she's able to, you know, put together a campaign that voters, that appeals to voters, and they like her, and they like her leadership and want her in office.
Can't wait to see what she does in New Haven. Okay, let's talk about Stamford. David Martin returns the mayor's office to the Dems. This was a lot of money was put up for this, wasn't there? We're talking about $1 million. Well, that's kind of unheard of for just you know, one of the smaller local you know, races.
Unheard of, but then it's Stamford, right?
It is Stamford, yes.
Yeah, and so in that sense, you know, clearly this was a contest in which a lot of money, you know, came into this race. You know, so from that standpoint, you know, a lot of money got spent. You know, running, you know, ads. It's in that, you know, pretty close to the New York area, so it hits that market a little bit if you're going to run things on TV. But you know, clearly this was a a contest that both candidates wanted a great deal, and they fought really hard to try to win it.
Good night for the Dems, but Republicans are calling it a victory for them as well, because they had sweeping victories in Democratic strongholds, places like New Britain, Bristol, Brantford. So it's hard to say on which side of the aisle kind of came up better last night. I
mean, Connecticut is historically a very blue state that has, of course, been willing to elect a Republican governor. I think this may, in fact, you know, be an opening into what the future will look like next year, where, you know, the state legislative seats will be up, the governor's race will be up, and other state offices, and so we may have a very interesting election season next year here in Connecticut.
Can't wait. It'll be interesting. We'll certainly be talking to you about it. By the way, did your students say that they were going to go vote? Because once again, low voter turnout. Can't blame the weather either. The day was great.
I mean, part of the challenge, a lot of them are from out of state who go to the University of Hartford. But, you know, I definitely encourage them to get registered to vote. And next year, we will, you know, do a lot to register our students and encourage them.